What's good, guys? Welcome back to another haul video. If I sound sick, that's because I am. I've been in bed with a bad case of the flu. Might have some coughing attacks, and y'all know me. I don't edit this shit, so bear with me. But yeah, I've been bedridden for about a week because this flu has been absolutely horrendous. It's still kind of kicking my ass, but today's the first day I don't have a fever, so I got to work and thought, you know what, I had a massive pile of books that needed to be filmed, so I had to get that out of the way so I can, sort out what I need to put on the TBR shelf and what I can put on the shelves over here, for the collection. So, yeah, let's just get into it. There are three series that I didn't think I'd ever be picking up just because they are uh, finished series. They're all a series with a bunch of volumes out, but I got an opportunity to pick them up, so I did. There are some pre-orders in here, a couple of new licenses that I'm checking out, that I have high hopes for. I see their Kodansha title and 2 Yen Press, so a little sneak peek there into what we're into the haul. And there's a nice little Nendroid here. If you have any prior knowledge of the Nendroids I collect, you might have a guess as to who it is. And then let's just, get into it. The part that not a lot of you guys care about, but actual books. I picked up 2 different box sets of mass market paperbacks throughout the boxes because they don't really do anything for me with novels. I'm not as particular about my novels as I am with manga. It's less of a collecting thing, I guess. It's more of I like the stories in the books, whereas manga is I like the story and the collecting aspect, which is why you pick up stuff like sorry about that. You pick up stuff like the Japanese edition of Tokyo Revengers, even though I don't read Japanese, but I just love looking at the covers. So the first one was The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. So I bought the 40. It's a weird 42nd edition, 42nd anniversary edition. I don't know why they did that. You usually don't have an anniversary edition at 42. Maybe it's something to do in world. I have no clue. I have not watched the movie. I haven't done any research other than some booktubers that I really enjoy speak very highly of it, and that's enough for me to check it out. And I mean, page count seems to be just about like epic fantasy novel, so they'll be quick little reads, couple weeks max. If you read every day for like an hour, you'll be fine. Next up, a book that probably not a lot of people know about, but it's what would you say? It's a continuation on a middle grade fantasy story called The Waterstone Chronicles, that then had a sequel called the Starblade Chronicles, and now we have Brother Wolf. Sadly, the author of so this is book 3, the last book. Sadly, the author passed away after finishing the 4th book that will be out this year, sometime around the summer, I believe. From what I could tell from statements from his family, is that book is to serve as like a ending of sorts, but it might not have been the intended ending to begin with, but it is gonna have a conclusion. And he fought to the bitter end to bring that final book out, which is it's inspiring, and this guy Joseph Delaney was one of my his books really made my childhood special. And I was so happy to see that he was still writing. I had read like half the series when I was in middle school, and then I kind of fell off reading for a bit, and then I picked it back up when I was older, and I really enjoyed it. Read through the entire first Waterstone Chronicles series. Absolutely amazing, like horror fantasy for middle grade, which is an odd combination that you don't see a lot, because it was truly scary and had very horror elements to it. It was one of the only, like, when I was reading the first book as like an 11-year-old, I had to read through the entire thing in one evening because I couldn't fall asleep because I was terrified, but I was also so enamored by the world that I just couldn't put it down. And you know, when you encounter a story like that, it sticks with you for life. And I am absolutely honored to have experienced this story, and I'm looking forward to having to finishing the story that he set out to write with Brother Wolf and also the Starblade Chronicles. So I still have 7 books worth of material that I can consume of Joseph Delaney's work. But yeah, that is the risk of writing a expansive, like 10+ book work of any type of fiction. Sometimes you just don't get to finish, and that's just, it's sad, but you know, you can always enjoy the journey of the story, even if the conclusion isn't maybe what you wanted it to be. But you know, there's definitely some learnings you can get from that. But anyways, moving on. Actually, another example of a story like that where the author sadly passes away. However, in this case, it was passed on to another author to finish, which is, I guess, not super common. But since I just finished Mistborn, I'm looking forward to experiencing this story, especially if that author had enough faith to give this story off to Brandon Sanderson, who wrote Mistborn. So I am sure I'm going to be enjoying this. I bought the first mass market trade paperback box set. Not a big fan. You guys know I hate these promotional things, but yeah, it is what it is. Robert Jordan's The Eye of the World, The Wheel of Time, Book 1. The Great Hunt, Book 2. And The Dragon Reborn, Book 3. So there are a ton of books in this series, and these aren't my preferred covers, and it's definitely not my preferred format. This is a weird American format. This super tall and skinny with I have a Pet Cemetery copy that's cut like that, which is horrible to read, but they were the cheapest option, and I simply just don't have enough money to be buying super nice edition of books when there are more affordable versions out there like these box sets. So I'll be sticking with them, and I mean, they've printed all the books in this format, so at least that's going to be, you know, unison in my collection, which is more important than actual looks, in my opinion, at least for my novels. I need the sizes to look neat. That's just a personal thing, honestly. Now let's take a break and kind of slowly ease ourselves into the anime manga sphere again with a figure, an android, by Chifuyo. So another, I wonder what's rattling so much. Anyways, but yeah, another Tokyo Revengers member. Can't wait to have the rest that are coming out. I'm super glad that they're doing. I haven't seen a Takemichi one, which is kind of surprising. Maybe I've just missed it, but yeah, I'm surprised that if there wouldn't be one, at least. Anyway, let's do one of the series that I thought I'd never own, but I ended up picking up just because I've been enjoying his other work. So this is a Shushoshimi manga by one of my least favorite publishers, which is Denpa. So we have Inside Mari Volume 1. And I'm saying they're one of my least favorite publishers because they simply have tried to do too much. So we have delays that last more than a year on some of their books. Sometimes it takes 2 years, maybe more. Their quality is absolutely great, and they've picked up some interesting licenses. The issue is the delays. They are biting off too much, so they struggle to get their books out on time, and that's simply not a good business practice when you're trying to make money of people buying your product. And I get it that they're a small company and it's a struggle, but maybe they should stop picking up random licenses and focus on the ones they have. Considering that in, 3 or 4 years they've released 3 Kaiji omnibuses. That's, and you know, the excuse is always, we are not a lot of people, and it takes a lot of time to do. But when the thing you're trying to make money off is not really working, then you're never going to grow. If you keep pushing for more licenses and so on. Anyway, so next series, Black Lagoon. I caught a restock of this and picked up all of them. And I think they're all... printed in Canada. So I guess... okay, so some of these are all like dead stock, but some of these are reprints from Italy, which for the signature line it's weird because the quality usually for the signature line is super nice, but since they've been printed in Italy, they actually feel more like normal volumes, you know, the cheap ones, the singles, where signature usually have higher quality because, you know, the price. And well, this is a thick boy, volume 9. That's a very nice cover. So I've actually never read this story or seen the anime or anything. I'm blindly picking these series up just from recommendation of people I trust. So yeah, I picked up all of Inside Mario, which is complete at 9 volumes finally, after heavy delays for that last volume. And then Black Lagoon, because I don't know how to be financially responsible. Next up, let's do a controversial series that I got an opportunity to pick up the entire set. So, Rurouni Kenshin Omnibus, 1 through 3. I picked up the entire series. I'm missing one omnibus that's on its way. But I really, really wanted to see this series. It's a lot of people's, like a lot of people say it's a great story. And if you're not aware of the author's crimes, I'd recommend looking it up and, you know, get yourself informed. Oh, sorry about that. He did some absolutely fucked things, and we don't condone that shit here, but sometimes you just want to experience a good story regardless of the piece of shit that made it. So yeah, the omnibuses, I kind of like the Viz 3-in-1s, honestly. They're nice to read, especially the One Piece ones, and these feel nice too. So looking forward to reading it. I'm missing the second to last omnibus, but it's on its way. Next up, we have 3 new titles that are starting to come out that I'm excited to check out. 2 of them are superhero series, it seems, and one's an isekai of some sort. From what I've heard, I'm not really sure. I couldn't really... So it's Oshinoko I'm talking about, and it's made by the person who did Kaguya-sama, if I remember correctly. The story, I think, or the art, one of the two. But I've been very confused about what this actually is about. I've only heard that it's good from a lot of people, so I'm going to be checking it out, and I've seen all the manga tubers from America get their little influencer boxes from Yen Press. Yen Press have been stepping up their game, giving out stuff, and shout out to them. Only a matter of time before the other guys realize that free promotion by giving books away is how it's done. But you know, they're all run by Japanese kobo, so it's gonna take a while. Nothing ever changes overnight, at least for them. Next up is Shy. Haven't really seen a lot of people picking this up. Maybe it was in the influencer boxes for some folk, but yeah, I think this is a superhero manga. I absolutely love the color on this. Well, I said color, I meant cover. Sorry, my brain is still flu-ridden. So, but yeah, Shy Volume 1. Really excited to check this out. And then we have Volume 1 and 2 of Go-Go Loser Ranger. I caved. I thought I was never going to buy this, but again, I'm stupid. So I bought it. Superhero manga. Kind of a spin on the Power Ranger genre, I guess. Next up, continuations on a manga that I've been picking up. Blue Period, Volume 12. This cover is absolutely sick. I need to get into reading this manga again. You know what, let's make a nice little stack for the thumbnail. Yeah. Dress Up Darling, Volume 7. I see a lot of people saying it's starting to get mid. It's not. It's just the cycle of hype has moved on, and you're probably watching some other waifu show / manga right now. So it's always been the same. It's nothing different. You just grew bored of it. Peak Revengers. I mean, look at that cover. Let's see the other cover inside. That's so beautiful. I'm so glad that they did that. That they kept the other cover in here. So good. Man. These are so nice. I'm so glad that they're doing this series justice. Even if a lot of people hate the ending. The first large section of the manga is absolutely great. This crap, Volume 16. Ayakashi Triangle. I've been watching the anime, so I've been enjoying the anime. So I'm gonna be enjoying this manga, I'm sure. And I think, yep, the anime is apparently very censored, whereas this is not, which is nice. Yep, it's a lot of ecchi in there. So be aware if you're afraid of titties. Don't read this. Orient, Volume 13. They kind of slowed down on releasing this, it feels like. However, I'm saying this with 3 volumes yet that I'm behind because I've been slacking. But, you know, Orient, it's decent. It's nothing super special, anything. Super rat cover of My Hero Academia, Volume 33. Yeah. Really excited for this. This actually started printing in my native language. We have a manga store that started publishing Dragon Ball and My Hero Academia, and who knows, maybe they'll pick up some more interesting stuff in the future. It's definitely a good sign to see some manga back in the Danish sphere after almost 15-20 years of not having anything. Next up, Peak Volume, Mob Psycho 110. This cover is crazy. I know a lot of people shit on the art, but it has charm, in my opinion. It's not meant to be super fantastic. This is all about the story, and if you can't deal with the art, just go watch the anime. The anime was absolutely beautiful, and it's finished. So the manga still has 6 volumes to go, but the anime is done and over, and it was absolutely beautiful. Next up, How Do We Relationship 8. Why do I keep picking this shit up? And why? I have 3 volumes of this to read. This isn't good. It's not good. At least it's not good to me. And last but not least, The 7 Deadly Sins Omnibus 8. We're about halfway through The 7 Deadly Sins now, and I've been enjoying it, honestly. I am really liking it. It's a great, fun, little shonen manga. You know, nothing crazy, but good enough to satisfy that action need. Anyways, I have a stream to catch in a minute, so hope you guys enjoyed this long haul. Have a good time and all that. See you guys in the next video.